Hey, I'm Dan Persons. You want to know what's going on in genre? Here's what's going on in genre. Joss Whedon has been talking about the Avengers, but in a very Joss Whedon way, which is to say not so much talking about what's going into the film as what's not going into the film. According to The Hollywood Reporter, he was on a podcast actually talking about Much Ado About Nothing, and he let drop that this guy, Loki, the big villain from the previous film, is not going to have a major role in the sequel. He was saying that he didn't want to repeat himself, which is understandable. It does mean that we are not going to be getting a repeat of the humorous highlight of that previous film, which was, of course, Tom Hiddleston in that hat. Also, the bit where Hulk beats up on Loki. That was actually the part that most people were thinking of as the humorous highlight. Loki will be showing up in the next Thor film, Thor: The Dark World, which will be coming out later this year. And you remember this? Of course you do. This is the closing shot of The Name of the Doctor, the last episode, or the episode that wrapped up the present season of Doctor Who. When it was announced that Matt Smith was going to be wrapping up his tenure as the Doctor with the 50th anniversary special, there was a lot of talk among fandom that maybe this was not going to be the one-off stunt casting that it seemed to be. Maybe John Hurt was actually going to be the 12th Doctor. Probably not. According to Deadline, John Hurt has been cast in The Strain. This is the pilot that Guillermo del Toro is directing for FX. This is based on the novel that he had created with Chuck Hogan. By the way, the show is going to be produced by Carlton Cuse. He's co-producing that. The novel and the show itself is going to be about this viral outbreak that may be the rebirth of an ancient strain of vampirism. Hurt will be playing a pawn shop owner who may hold the solution to this particular outbreak of vampirism. This will be a reuniting of Hurt with Del Toro. They first worked together on Hellboy. I wonder if Ron Perlman will show up in some capacity. I'll bet there will be. And as far as Doctor Who is concerned, I suppose because series now run 13 weeks and shooting schedules can be staggered, Hurt could play both roles, but I'm sort of suspecting not. And this may not mean anything to anybody but me, but there is going to be a Kung Fu Panda 3. The Hollywood Reporter, once again, is indicating that production on the DreamWorks film is going to be starting in August. 1/3 of the animation is going to actually be produced in China, and this is going to be for a December 2015 release. Shooting part of the film, or computer generating part of the film in China, is fitting. I mean, the film does have a lot of Hong Kong martial arts themes to it. It's also interesting because it follows the previous DreamWorks film, the Croods, being pulled prematurely from Chinese theaters because the local Chinese animation houses were complaining that the film was siphoning off box office from their own films. Now, this production arrangement was all set up prior to that particular event happening, but I'm certain everybody in DreamWorks is sitting around hoping that this will help prevent that sort of thing from happening again. And I just want to say Kung Fu Panda 2 just generally is reviled. I got to say, I really did like it. I felt it hoed closer to the spirit of Hong Kong martial arts film. It was beautiful to look at. The action scenes were wonderfully staged and very clever, and I thought the 3D use in it was great. So, with sequels, it's always a question of diminishing returns, and this is the third installment, and generally those don't hold up too well, but I'm kind of hoping that Kung Fu Panda 3 may break that, and we should all hope that the third installment of any film is a good film in any case. That's it for now. Check out more stuff over at cfqonline.com.